Yeah, hey there, it's Paul here from freedomtraderpro.com. Now in this video I want to talk about, do number of pips matter in Forex? Now the short answer to that is no, but I want to explain why that is in this quick video. Now the thing is, we've all seen people post on social media about how many hundreds of pips they're making here, there and all over the place. Now this number of pips is completely irrelevant when trading, and I want to explain exactly why that is. Now I'm going to get my risk to reward tool up here. Okay, let's go. So most people when trading are going to go for a 1-to-1 or maybe a 1-to-2 risk to reward, which would mean they're risking 30 pips to make 30 pips, or maybe they're risking 30 pips to make 60 pips. Something like that. So depending on the size of your stop loss is depending on what risk to reward that actual trade is. Now if you've got a risk to reward here, so let's just say we're looking at this, we've got a profit of 30 pips and a stop level of 30 pips. Okay, so that is a 1-to-1 risk to reward. As you can see, risk to reward ratio 1. Okay, now if we shorten that stop loss to, let's come back down here and say that's 10 pips, that actually makes our risk to reward a 1-to-3. So by shortening your stop loss, now what happens is, or what should happen is you risk a certain amount on every single trade. Now personally I risk 1% on most of my trades. So if I've got a 10 pip stop loss and a 30 pip take profit, that means I can risk 1%. And if that trade hits my take profit, it means I make 3%. Now, if you're risking, if you've got a larger stop loss of 30 pips, in order to make 30 pips, that means you're risking 1% in order to make 1%. So I just want to show you, depending on your trading style, how this kind of makes a difference as to the profits that you're going to make. Now I'm going to put a couple of EMAs on here. I've just picked a couple of EMAs with some colors so that you can see. Now most people, say if you're a retail trader, I'm just going to get this going along a little bit here. So say you were going to aim to trade this flag and this expansion here, okay? Now what a lot of people would do, they would look for the EMAs to cross. I can't actually see if they've crossed there or not yet. Let me just put it along one more. The cross is here. So let's just say, okay, that they got in, or they look to set up the trade after this candle, which is approximately here, okay? Let's just put the risk to reward on that. So they got in there. Stop loss would need to go probably above these highs here, and you take profit. Let's just see where this trade goes. Okay, let's go. Okay, so it comes down here a little bit more. Let's just say we got it all the way down to this low. I mean, obviously that wouldn't happen. Normally speaking, because obviously you wouldn't know where the trade would turn around. But that is a 1 to 2.95 risk to reward. So if you got all this, if you got in this trade here, that's a 1 to 2.95, which is about the most you're going to get. 1 to 3 as a retail trader is about the most you're going to get. Now, what I do on my trades, I'm looking for a minimum of a 1 to 5, okay? So I'm just going to come back here. I'm just going to take these back off here. I'll leave that there just so we can see where that risk to reward is. Now what I would do personally, I would come back, I would take it off of this buy to sell candle here. So I'd be looking at an entry of around here. So I'm going to look to enter here. I'm going to put my stop loss just above that wick, and I'm going to take my take profit. Let's just put it at the same place as this one. Now we're going to see, just want to play this one out a minute just so that you guys can see. Right, so that's, there you go, that's the trade has been triggered here. I've got just over a 10 pip stop loss. We're going to come down here. We've hit the take profit down here, which is 89.6 pips. So it's just roughly 90 pips. So we've got roughly a 10 pip stop loss to make roughly 90 pips, which is at 8.78 to 1. Now this one here, 2.95 to 1. Yes, you've made slightly less pips, but for a few more pips, we've got 8.78 to 1. Now, if you risked the same 1% on both these trades, both the same, both the same price action, you can see just under a 1 to 3 or just under a 1 to 9. So really, pips is completely irrelevant. It's all about the risk to reward. Now, as I say, I look to go for a 5 to 1. If I can't see me getting a 5 to 1 on any particular trade, I'm not going to enter that position because it's just not in my trading plan to do that, because I want to see that risk to reward and I want to see those profits of around 5% on that winning trade. So as I say, I hope this video has made sense. I hope you can kind of understand that it's all about the risk to reward. The pips is irrelevant. As I say, if you're risking 10 to make 100, that's a 1 to 10. If you're risking 100 to make 1,000, that's still a 1 to 10. You know, what sounds more impressive, 100 pips or 1,000 pips? And this is just kind of what people are putting out there on social media, and it's completely irrelevant. So any questions, hit me up, leave me a comment below. Please subscribe to this channel while you're here, and I look forward to talking with you again real soon. Take care.